Okay, I'm back again with my second update on this Robby the Robot movie poster edition kit. I've done some of the sub-assemblies. I've got the part of the body put together here, just the head's just sitting on there at the moment. I've got the figures, the women figures, body halves together, arms and leg halves together. I've put some plaster, just drywall plaster in the bottom of the legs. It's added a bit of weight and it's dried overnight. So that's ready to be glued together, a little bit in the feet. And that's about it so far. Get starting putting things together and get some primer on it. Well, clean up the seams too. Okay, here's another quick update, progress report on my Robby the Robot build. I guess I've glued all the parts, body parts onto the robot except for the head. And I've sprayed that all with Rust-Oleum 2X gray primer. And I've got some metallic black paint I'm going to put over that. For the base, I excuse me, I sprayed it with Rust-Oleum 2X flat black primer, and I'll put some other colors over top of that just to give that some shadowing. And move over here to my paint booth. I've just finished painting the Altira's body parts here in Vallejo light gray primer. That's the lightest one I have except for white. It's a very light gray. I've got all the body parts. The arms are just dry fitted into the body there. To get the primer onto them, and I'll take those off and I'll paint those colors on there. And then the head of the Robby the Robot's head here, I've just done it in Stynylrez black primer, and then I've got to detail that up. There's a lot of chrome and clear pieces go on there, and some chrome and color buttons and lights and dials and things. So I thought with the flat black primer on there to set that off. So it's slowly coming along, and we'll move into the painting stages next. Okay, I've got some painting done, so I'm back with another little update. It's been a few days. I haven't been at this too quickly. The Robby the Robot, here I got him painted up. It's not quite as dark as I was expecting. Maybe I should have used a black primer instead of the dark gray primer, but I think it'll work out all right. I was expecting it to be more black, but maybe I think I'm actually glad it's not. I didn't want everything just black. Like I said, the base hasn't been done yet. I've got his head in black primer, and I'll be detailing that up with the extra chrome and painted parts. What I did for the body here, I used this Craft Smart carbon black, it's called. It's as you can see, it's kind of a dark gray with it's almost like a gunmetal. It's got a very, very, very fine silver flake in it, or silver fleck. It's almost like gunmetal, but anyway, I'm going to do some detail painting on that, maybe just do some highlights. Over here in the paint booth, I've got the Altera's figure done, and I have two that I use. I have a light flesh. I don't use it very often because it is very pale. And another one here, Craft Smart acrylic coral. Sometimes I'll use that for skin tone. It's a little more pink. You can see from the bottle there. But this time I figured, because she's in outer space, she's in a planet far away, I figured she'd be more pale. So I went with the light flesh. I've got everything done in the light flesh. I'm going to go in now and airbrush some Aztec metallic gold on her body, on her dress there. And then I think I did notice a mark on one of her arms when I was painting it. There's a bit of a scar there on her arm. I'm going to try and fix that up a bit. I'm not sure how, but I'm not really good at using putty in that. So and then I want to detail paint her face. She's got a lot of nice features on her face there, so I want to try and paint the eyelids and the lips and the eyebrows there to add some character. So stay tuned, we're getting there. Okay, I'm back again. Had a little mishap in the paint booth with Altira's body here. I got this nice gold Aztec gold metallic paint on, and there was a little booger on her back. I tried to dry it and rub it off, and of course I scratched it. So it's in the LA Totally Awesome degreaser. That should lift the paint off. It's just acrylic paint. I let that sit for an hour or so, and then I'll take a toothbrush there and wash it off, and have to prime it and paint it again. Meantime, I've taken some of this Deco Art dark red. It's deep red, it's called. It's sort of a tomato soup red, and just soft thick brush here and just kind of dry brushed it on over the black here on the base, and I've left the rocks exposed. I think I'm gonna do them in gloss black, touch them up a little bit with gloss black, and I've got a few little bottles of this. This one's here is called Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze. I've got a couple of these. This sort of blue, gold, and green. I have another one that's sort of red and orange and yellow, and then some other Folk Art color shift paints, but this is a heavy glitter, and it's a little bit darker instead of the red. I might just take some of that and brush it on the rocks just to give it a little bit of an effect. So I'll stay tuned and see how that turns out. Oh, back again, just quickly, I pulled out the other bottle here of the Dragonfly Glaze. This one's sort of orange, red, and purple. So I'm looking at that now to do the rocks instead. This might be too much of a contrast, blue and green and gold. So I might try that with that color of the base. It might be more suitable. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll see what happens next.